All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. Hello, Susan. It's good to see
Hi,
you.
Aley. Good to
Yeah,
see you. It's always wonderful to be here.
thank you.
Good to see everybody in chat.
Yes, absolutely. Aspie, Rochelle, Ron. Hi, Ron. I was listening to your show last night, Ron, on the way up as I was veering all over the ice. They weren't icy, but rainy roads and slippery. And you guys kept me right on track. So thank you, Chris,
Wow.
Cardamancy. Um, Lisa and Libra Lady aren't going to be here today, but I want to shout out to them because they will watch. So yeah. And Marg, how are you? Okay, so I was just talking to Susan very briefly about this portal update that I found, and I think it might help us. It helped me because I was feeling like the weight of the world was on my shoulders for some silly reason. Hi, Jody Lynn. So today is 1010. And that is an energy portal. It's like 1111 or 77, any of those. These are ascension symptoms that a lot of people are feeling. Hi, Vivian. Heaviness, exhaustion, headaches, annoyance, anger, body aches, lack of energy, wanting to snap at everyone, wanting to disappear. The energies of this portal are being felt strongly by the collective. You will be triggered even by those who you love. You will be given opportunities to release all that which is keeping you hooked to past patterns, past mistakes, and a negative or toxic belief system when it comes to love. Let go, choose to ascend, and new energies can only enter when you consciously choose to let go of the stagnant ones.
Repeat that last little bit. New energies can only.
New energies can enter only when you consciously choose to let go of the stagnant energies. It says, oh, I didn't see this last time. Please don't resist.
What you resist persists.
Yes, it does. If we think about the negative things, then we get more negative things, right? Absolutely. Yep.
That's really good advice. You
It
can't, you
is.
have to let go. I feel like, yeah, Rochelle, I feel it too. Like I was just telling Aley, in the past I've had this feeling like there's a needle of an eye, the eye of a needle, and I have to go through that. Like my whole human body has to go through this tiny thing, and it means I have to be transformed, and it also means you have to let go, which is what she was just talking about. So that's really good information for everybody.
It is. And, these are collective. A lot of these are collective energies. We all have our own set of personal energies and personal issues that we need to release and let go of. But the collective energy is something that we can understand when we talk to other people and they say, yeah, I've been feeling that way too. And plus we're in a lot of retrograde, especially Mercury. So communications are bogged down when that happens. And a lot of misinformation, a lot of things. The other day I was ordering something from Michael's online, and I think I tried 8 times. And I said to myself, I should just forget this because this is Mercury doing this to me. It was stopping me each time. So I got the message. Hello, Anne Marie. It's good to see you. Hi, Connie, Constance, Gina M. But yeah, I think this 1010 information is good. And we need to prepare ourselves also for the 1111 that will be next month, because those energies are a real opening to a portal. So, yeah. So I'm going to just shout out to everybody out there that I hope you're not dealing with these issues this week. But if you find yourself feeling heavy, exhausted, annoyed, angry, full of body aches, headaches, lack of energy, wanting to snap at everyone, these are ascension symptoms. They sound so negative, and I guess they are. So, hi. Maybe Mercury was telling to relook at what you wanted. Yes, absolutely. You know what I wanted to purchase? At Michael's, they have all these signs that say tarot, and there's a hand with all the, and they're in the decorations for Halloween. And I thought, these are awesome. Yeah. So, but I guess I don't really have room for them. So that's fine.
Oh my
Time to
God.
toss something else. All right. So Anne Marie says Mars, Mercury, and the Sun were conjunct yesterday. I guess meaning that they were stirring the pot, Anne Marie? Tell us a little bit, if you can, about what that exactly means. But Harry's mom, you feel all of that. You want to bite some heads off. Yeah. I have students that I put up this new thing, and I didn't prepare the class. It was prepared for me in this particular. I can't find what I'm looking for, and they're asking me for directions. And then I give them directions, and they still can't find it. So I went on today and I said, I'm going to delete this. You're not going to do this exercise. I was getting 40 emails a day.
Oh
And,
my God.
yeah, it wasn't worth it. You know, it's like, if they're that confused, I'm done with this. Oh, Andrea, you got your COVID booster in a Mercury retrograde. That's the thing to do. There you go. I wish I could, but I had the Moderna, so I have to wait until that gets cleared. Hot energy, Anne Marie says. That's what that meant. Hot energy. Hi, Pamela Shin. Oh, Andrea, that's so good. Okay, you are mentally tired, Ron? Yeah, I understand. I do. You too, huh, Susan? Yeah. Okay. Well, we got a lot of questions. I was telling Susan that we filled up early this week on our community board, so I cut it off and put on next week. Appears that week is going to be very busy too, so I may have to even move ahead further, but please bear with us because we'll try to answer the questions when we can, okay? So I tried this the other day with Kim, and I think it worked out better. So I am cutting and pasting the question into this. There are 3 boxes, though, I'll have to do. So she wants to know when the spirit leaves the body. Her late husband, Maynard, had heart failure. EMS worked 40 minutes, and we're going to call the time of death. And then they had a faint pulse from medication, and then he coded in the ambulance on life support. So she removed life support that evening. I think he was already out of his body. What do you think?
Yes, he was already out of his body. Our soul doesn't choose to experience bad things like that. You know what I mean? Let me give you some other examples. Like if you're in a bad car accident just before maybe impact, your soul will go out of your body. If you're in a coma, your soul will go out of your body. It might come back. If you have Alzheimer's, your soul is going to spend a lot of time out of your body with their loved ones and people on the other side. So in this case, I definitely think your husband's soul was out of his body. This was simply a physical thing that was happening for him with his pulse. I mean, I'm not a nurse or a doctor, but this is what they're telling me. Your husband is saying he was out of his body and he watched it. He watched the whole thing with some interest, with keen interest. He's saying like, oh, what are they doing? Oh, look at that. There I am. He was very,
Wow.
yeah, he was very, what do you, when I'm connected, I can't think of words, but
I
he was
understand.
just, he wasn't attached to the outcome. He was able to look at it as an observer. So hopefully
Wow.
that makes sense.
That's the same thing that I have learned over my time with studying about death and dying, that, people can leave as late as, he could have stayed the whole time basically. But I think that when your soul is out of your body, you don't feel the pain. Like you said, you're an observer. And why would you want to feel it? The same with a car accident, you're sort of hovering over it. But I've also heard people say that the soul left the body because they thought they were going to die, and then it came back in dramatically, and they ended up living.
Remember that woman that you interviewed, that near
Yes,
death
Valerie.
experience? Valerie.
Yeah.
Same thing with her. She was like, boom, she had to go back in her body. And her body, she said her soul was immense, and she had to
Really?
fit back into her physical body.
Wow. Yeah, so I think it depend on the person and the circumstances. In here, I got the Tao is the truth. You already know the truth, Libra lady. The root cause has crystallized. Think about this new outlook in life. You've everything you need to succeed. So, this is one of the Tao cards, and so in your heart, you knew that he wasn't suffering if he was out of his body. But it is hard to stand and watch them work on someone who has coded, because there's so much pounding and they have to try to bring that person back. So anyway, I want to address this. I'm going to move on, but I want to address this. Another room with wonderful readers, but the room was negative. We can reboot any time of day. Andrea, I want to know, was it negative in the chat or with the readers? That's what I'd like to know. If you get a chance to tell me, that would be nice. I'd like to.
The good information that you can choose not to, even though I feel very turbulent in my energy right now, what could I do? I could go take a walk, right?
Uh-huh.
I could do something to take my mind off of it and see if it passes, right? I could meditate and ask what I need to do or know. So there's also ways to stand in the power during this time too.
That's true. I think there's what I wanted to say was, I think that as a reader or as a person having a discussion with somebody on a show, that it's hard to always, you don't want to be negative, but you don't want to also not talk about some of the elephants that are in the room. And what I mean is the problems that are going on that a lot of people won't bring in. And it can sound negative. It can sound negative in the chat. It can sound negative in the talk. But sometimes things just need to be said. I don't know what else to say about that, but I thought it was an important thing to bring up. So, oh yeah, did everybody feel it or just you? That's a good question. Okay. Second question. This is from Kaya Noel, and she is also known as Cat Mama. Right. Closest bond she's had when with animals. Any messages from those over the Rainbow Bridge?
I'm getting, are you in the chat, dear? I don't know, but I'm getting a bunny, a rabbit. I'm seeing a rabbit. I mean, I'm also seeing cats, of course.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like you've had some interesting animals. Like I almost see a ferret. But I don't know if you've had just a menagerie of animals your whole life from when you were a little girl, or actually the ferret could have belonged to a friend or a child, or not yours, but you had some to do with it, right? So yes, they are all there. They're all with you. This bunny is the thing, though. The bunny is the thing. It's like sniffing. You know how they sniff when they move their nose? It's a very sweet bunny. So yeah, the message is they love you. You're their mama. That's right. Your name is Cat Mama. You're their mama. They think of you as their mama. You have a very mothering, maternal energy. And so, yes, their answer, their message is they're with you and they love you.
Absolutely.
And thank you. Also, some of them are saying thank you. Thank you for caring for them. I just think you're a very tender person.
Yes. The potential you have to connect with them yourself is there. It's sort of hidden away in your heart. But they follow you everywhere. They're with you all the time, Cat Mama. And I love that bunny. I hope we find out if there's a bunny. Yeah, could have been from childhood even. You never know. Yeah. Bye, Suzanne. Thank you for coming by anyway. And Flowing, Johanna. Hi, everybody. I just want to make sure that I say hello to you. Okay. I don't believe Cat Mama's here today. So
no problem.
People actually have other things to do. Can you imagine that, Susan? Her dad, Joe, also known as Little Joe, passed in '69 when she was 11. She had 3 different visits in her 20s, and he came to say he was okay and he loved me. Let's see. We hugged each other each time. I was still, oh. So every time she hugged him, she was 11 again. That's what I'm feeling, right? Yeah. Surrounded by white light. Is he still around me?
Could you go back one? Is he still around me? Is something about dreams? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh wait,
that's okay.
is it that? I can look at it. Oh,
He
okay.
was
So
surrounded by
really
white
just
light.
things. Okay, okay, I
Yeah.
got it. Yeah. Is he still
Yep.
around? Okay.
Sorry, it's in 3 installments here.
No, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's
Okay.
okay. Or as he ascended. Oh my goodness.
What a
Yes.
beautiful story. Wow.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, I love that you asked, is he ascended? That's such a, I don't know, that struck me.
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
part of us stays there to be ready to communicate with their loved ones on the other side. I mean, our soul is so multidimensional that a part of us can be here and ascend and even reincarnate, right? So it doesn't like, it's not like one soul goes and they can actually, because we're here on earth, but we also have a piece of our soul called the higher self
Right.
that's still up there too. So yes, there's a piece of your dad who's still there, who's still here, there like, to communicate with you, still involved with your life. Yes, he was there to meet your mother. I feel like he was very gentlemanly. I feel like he put his arm out to, her to link her arm through. Um, he died. Yeah, he died much younger than her, right? So
Yeah.
because when he meets her, interestingly enough, the vision is right. A younger man meeting a much, much older woman, right? He almost looks like her son when he goes to meet her. Isn't that interesting?
It
Um,
is.
and it's all, I mean, time is, and
Yeah.
realities are all not linear. So yes, he was there. He loves you. Your mother loves you. They're both together. They're reunited.
Mm.
Chris Martin said she saw him tipping his hat, which is really cool.
Oh.
So yes, everything is good.
Uh-huh.
He's still with
That's
you.
nice.
I don't know if
That's
you're.
nice. I don't know if she's here, Marie Sutton or not, but hopefully she'll get the message. Yeah. Hello, Rhonda Dillenberg. Thank you for being here. Um, so when you were talking, I was getting this vision of this man like you tipping his hat to this older woman. And then I saw this metamorphosis where they both were that age when he
Yes,
died. Did you?
yes.
Yeah.
I saw
And
that after they
uh,
crossed the veil. Then
yes,
they showed me them standing together, and they were the same age.
they were the same age.
Yes.
And that's why she feels like also that she's 11 every time her dad came back, because that's the age she would have been when she saw him last. So beautiful. That is just, oh, I got goosebumps. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. I love that.
So yes, he's preserving or preservation here. He was preserving himself. He was awaiting. I got the feeling that he ascended after his wife came with him and they did it together. Yeah.
Yes.
I still think that part of them can come to you though, right, Susan?
Yes.
Part of it. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's what I mean. A part of their consciousness is
Right.
still there, available to interact with us as
Right.
they live here on Earth. A part of their
Uh-huh.
consciousness may have reincarnated. A part of their consciousness may do something else.
Right. Do they call that an oversoul?
They also call it an oversoul.
They
Your
do.
higher
Okay.
self is also called the oversoul.
Oversoul. Okay. That's what I thought. Thank you. Oh, hi, Judy. Oh, that's fine. Ron was chasing his own trolls last night. You should have heard him.
Uh-oh. Boy,
Yeah.
it's been bad.
I know. Yeah. Ron, I'm going to make a suggestion. You do a video on how to deal with trolls because you are the expert and that will help a lot of people who need to know and remember. All right. So, Nadine Villarreal struggles with being an empath and after retiring have become somewhat of a hermit. I don't want to sound negative and ungrateful, but I have trouble seeing this as a gift. She said, is there something I'm supposed to do with it?
What do you think, Aley?
Well, I can understand because you've pulled yourself out of the real world, let's say, and you've put yourself more into a hermit mode. And so my feeling is that, I don't know, you might have some psychic, nobody's psychically attacking you, but you've probably always been an empath. It's just that you were so busy you didn't notice it. And I don't know if you can get rid of it. I really don't think you can, Nadine. It's part of who you are. So I understand it. It might feel like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do that anymore. But I believe that it is a gift. I'm sorry that you don't see it that way. But I think you can also find even if it's a small way of taking in that gift, that you don't have to save the world. In other words, what do you think, Susan?
I think you're right. And as you're talking, I think two things. COVID has made us. If you're an introvert like I am,
Mm-hmm.
before I did a lot of extrovert things, went to parties, whatever, right? So now I've just created my little cocoon. I don't want to go out of it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. But what they said to me when Aley was talking helped me figure out what they were saying. The gift is in a different way with you, right? So maybe instead of using your empathic abilities with people, maybe your empathic abilities are better used with animals,
Ah,
wild animals, with nature. Maybe what would be good for you is to go out and be empathic with a tree. Be
there you
empathic
go.
with the
Yeah.
flowers, the birds.
Mm-hmm.
Spend time getting messages from them and feeling their love and sending love to them.
Absolutely. Wow. Um, I'll give you an example too. I was sitting at my desk here, and I have a big window that looks out um, toward the trees and everything up here at the RV park. And one day, out of the corner of my eye, I saw something coming, and it was a baby doe. And it was a gift to me. That was a gift, and my heart, connected with the baby doe. I just thought, wow, what a beautiful world we really do have. That I can see this little creature and feel comfortable. Yeah. Awesome.
And it takes you out of your worries, right? It takes you
It
out of
does. It
reality
does.
and
Hmm.
allows you to be present with this
Yeah,
wild animal.
that's absolutely. Those of you asking questions in the chat, I really love your questions, and I wish I could take them, but we take questions off of my community board. And if you go to community, you'll see a post here for questions with Susan Lynn. Today's was really busy, and next week's is really busy, but you can put it on there. It may be a few weeks, though, because we have so many questions now. When Susan and I started this, what do we have, Susan? About 10 questions and 20 people watching. So, yeah, we've come a long way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we love every one of you. We want to help you all if we can. All right.
It's just too hard to answer them in the chat because we miss them. There's too many.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
going
too many.
way too fast, and people. So this is a way that everybody can get their question answered. It's actually better. So
Yeah. My niece's partner stole $100 from me. I felt wounded because I'd given them a great deal of support. There was no apology or restitution. He denied it and acted like it didn't happen. So I split from them in January because I can't stand being around the guy. Good for you. I feel like he's a liar and a parasite, but I still love my niece. They haven't been together. Oh, they've been together about 6 years, and he has her totally fooled. My tarot cards say to walk away. It's hard.
it's so hard.
Oh, Victoria, I'm sorry you're dealing with this. Oh,
Yeah. She's chosen this lesson. She's chosen this lesson,
yeah,
and she continues to choose it, right? Because you gave her an opportunity when you showed her that this man took money from you. That was an opportunity for her to say, "Oh," but she didn't. She doubled down on the lesson. All you can do is pray for her and wish her well, and hopefully she'll and be there for her when she
she's gonna
on
fall.
the other
Yeah,
side of it, right? Because
yeah,
sometimes people push people away, and then when they learn their lesson, they still shun them, right?
yeah, yeah, yep. So I had a similar situation where a coworker of mine, her husband was having an affair, very obviously, and I talked to another coworker who also saw it, and we were fairly good friends with this person, so we decided we should let her know. And she didn't like us after that, but we were right. She was having a hysterectomy, and he was out with this other woman, and so you do have to come to your own conclusions, unfortunately. But I see the same thing that Susan sees, as far as if she's on the other side of this, learns the lesson, then hopefully you can take her back in. But I do know it's hard. I do. Yeah.
And our heart goes out to you and her, frankly.
Yes, absolutely. It says that the card I pulled says the happy bird sings you a message of hope, feel safe, and have no worries. So what you're doing is what you should do. I would have done the same thing. Yeah. Yep. All right. Let me get another question here. Sorry. It's T Muse. She's been clairaudient, clairsentient, and a psychic dreamer. Woohoo. I've had a very different voice, a loud male voice. It startles me when I'm busy. Is it a guide, an ancestor? Can you tell me if it's positive? Very accurate for first message, really.
So there's two things here. First of all, they want you, dear, to team you. They want. I can give you the answer, right? But they really want you to work on discerning yourself, because we're not always going to be able to give everyone the answers. So the answer is discernment. So when you hear this loud voice that's very it sounds insistent, it sounds authoritative, and it also is disruptive, right? Because it comes when you're not asking for help. It comes when you're busy doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to understand. Okay. I'm trying to explain this for you. I have a loud voice that comes when I'm asking a question and I'm not listening to the answer.
That was my first thought.
It's not all the time, but sometimes they come in with a big, no, for Christ's sake, stop. It's like the parental, stop asking us the question. We said no. But in your case, you're not asking any questions. So I think that's your first clue. You're not asking for help, but this entity and energy is trying to give you advice without you asking for the help. Even though the first message was clear and good advice, in my opinion, I have experienced trickster energy that has done that has given me good advice to get me to start listening to them. And of course, I'm thinking I'm clairaudient too. So if I'm hearing it, it must be of a higher ascended, form. So I just assume it's good. And I think it's great that you're not assuming that you're trying to be discerning. I'm going to tell you that your guidance is usually much softer. Your guidance from your spirit guides is usually much softer, gentler, harder to hear. If our guidance was that clear and that loud all the time, none of us would be making mistakes.
Right.
We'd be following that guidance all the time. So I think that is a trickster energy. And I hope I explained why I think that.
Wow, that was really awesome. I first thought she wasn't listening. So when people either they don't listen or they don't hear you, you talk louder. That's what I thought it was. But you're right. It could be that trickster energy that's coming through, just to get her attention, like you say, give her something important. So now start listening to me. And here it is, clarity.
Oh my God.
Yep. And look at that. It's beautiful. Yep. So you're getting some clarity, especially if you even ask the question.
Yes.
You get the clarity.
And I think the major key is that you didn't ask for guidance.
Right. Right.
They're not going. Look, you guys, this is a school. They're not going to give you answers to the test without you even asking. And half the
Right.
time, if you do ask, they give you vague answers. So because
Right.
we're supposed to learn ourselves. So if somebody's just and somebody, and I mean an entity, an energy, is just telling you answers, I don't think that's your highest good.
Yep. Thank you, Carla B, for the donation, a super sticker. We appreciate it. Oh, this is great. This is my favorite Claire as well.
That's what Medium Kim is always saying, that she always wants to start the class off eating an eclair.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that
It's
funny?
funny. I bought two the other day, and one for me and one for Keith. And I'm standing, and the lady in front of me looked at it, and she said, "Oh my God!" And I said, "It reminds me of my mother loved them. She adored eclairs, and that's what I said. Well, whenever I'm feeling like I want my mom around, I get an eclair. It's a good thing it isn't every day."
Aww.
Oh, it's funny.
Well, you
Oh,
guys
here's
know how I
Team
feel
Youth.
about it.
That's what I thought, Susan. The second message was, "We need to talk to you." Very unusual delivery. Wow.
Thanks
That
for
is,
asking the question, because this is something I've been struggling with about how to teach people. Because I honestly, I have struggled with this. They have been really messing with me. I got it straight now, but they were really messing with me.
So it's actually spiritual trolling.
It is. Those idiots are trolling me in my mind now, right?
They can't get you in the chat, so they're going to get you any other way they can. Wow.
Very trickery energy. Very tricky energy.
Uh-huh. Oh, Jody, you didn't have a mother. That makes me sad. I'm so sorry. Oh.
I lost my mother at 7, so I sort of know what you're.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Hello to some of the others in the chat as well. I just wanted Anthony and others. Okay. Joanne Sanchez. She was my best friend and more like a sister and a psychic medium. Her name was Juanita. She passed several years ago. Everything she told me came to pass. Her clearly. Does she have any messages from me? That's Joanne.
Joanne Sanchez, Juanita. Did she have a sense of humor too? Didn't she have a bit of a sense of humor? I'm getting this sense of humor from her. She was very talented. She was very connected. She was clairvoyant. She's giving me chills. She
Woo.
really was connected. I mean, she's telling me the word occult. Back in the day, that's what we used to call this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, occult. She'd be interested in that. She was, I don't know if you ever saw this, but she was a little bit interested in rituals, meaning that she might have a feather and a crystal, or not, just little things that she would do and be drawn to.
Cool.
I feel like she could do the tarot, but I really feel like it was just straight psychic. I really think she just knew things. She was ahead of her time. She was ahead of her time. In this day and age, she'd be here with us on screen.
She would. Yeah.
I really love her sense of humor and wiseness. She loves you. She sends you so much love. She also had a big heart. You were very close to her heart. She says you guys had a lot of fun. And
wow.
Seriously, she loves you. What do you have, Aley?
I have that she was expecting, she had a lot of expectation about you reaching out to us here. And look at this, she's become a sort of a divine angel.
Oh, wow.
And I get the feeling that she watches out for you. Look at all the buffalo out there, just grazing in the grass. She's having a good time up there. But Susan's right. She's itching to come on YouTube, I think.
Yes. At the same time, it's almost like she's saying, I could show everybody a thing or two.
Oh, I bet she could.
I really
I can school those young girls,
Yeah, I like that. She can also be a little bit like tisk, tisk, tisk. They're not going to follow. You're not following my advice, or you're not, she also, even though she had a sense of humor, she also had a do not suffer fools much too, kind of thing.
Oh, hold on. Mary Sullivan, yes, I am in an RV in Washington State, and we have a house, but it's about 2.5 hours south of us, and my husband works up here, so I come up and stay. It's better internet, so that's why I'm
Oh,
here.
wow. Better
Yeah,
internet. That's
I
good.
know. So Tracy Godkin applied to a company for a couple of different positions. Will I be offered any, or should I stay at my employment for growth?
I don't know what you're getting, Aley. Are you getting anything immediately?
Nothing immediately. No.
No? I'm getting
Mm-mm.
change. I'm getting change.
Change.
I'm getting it's so much, we all know this, right? It's so much less hassle to stay where you are and just kind of try to work within the channels to go up the ladder. But they really feel like you're ready for a change, I think, Tracy. Even though
Mm-hmm.
there's risk involved, meaning that you have new bosses and a new company and new everything. I feel like this is good for you. I feel like spirit is pushing you to do this. I'm not saying it's going to be easy or it's going to be like smooth sailing, but I'm saying that it's going to give you, they're telling me it's going to give you a chance to shine
Mm.
different talents that you haven't been using at your current job. You'll be able to use them. And whatever bumpy road exists in the beginning, you're going to traverse that and you're going to do it with speed and agility. And everybody's going to be like, wow.
Wow, I love that. I love that. That's a good. I have here that all is well, compassion, and that understand your present situation through unconditional love and forgiveness. The card must have been listening to Ron. Embody compassion and open your heart to kindness. I think Susan's right. I think she's right. It's time for a move. Yeah. Wow. I just have to comment that, Linda, I'm so glad that you also had 6 eclairs and you would eat them, feel guilty, and run out for 6 more.
Holy smokes. I'm
Oh,
leaving.
her mom
I'm
did.
going.
Her mom ate the 6 of them and then would go out and get more for the kids. I'm sorry, I read it wrong.
Oh my
I love that.
The mom. That would
I
be
know.
me if I was a mother. I'd be like, here's a half an eclair. These are really bad for you. And there'd be like a whole box empty.
Right. Oh,
You
I'm
don't
like that
need
with potato chips. Oh, I can't eat
Oh,
like
potato chips.
the old you can't eat just one. Yeah. But they
I
have
don't
to be
buy
those
them.
real oh God. I
I don't
shouldn't
buy
even
them
talk about
because I will
it. I
eat
know.
them all.
Yeah, I know. They're very easily done. Yeah. Oh dear. Hi, Dozen Cats for me. Yes, we should say happy Thanksgiving to all our Canadian friends.
Oh, happy
Yes.
Thanksgiving, Canada.
Yes,
Friends.
absolutely. I am grateful for you all and thankful for, and so is Susan, I'm sure. We're all thankful for you, and happy day and happy good year coming up. So,
Absolutely.
wow. So Ron's working on a holiday. Oh my God, Ron, you are so dedicated. All right. Hi, Jane. Okay. Thank you all for your kind comments in the chat. Yes, Lay's, you just can't eat one. Yep. My mom had a miscarriage decades ago when in Mexico. She gets the feeling the baby may have lived. Would you be able to see if my brothers on the other side, if he may not have survived? Yeah, I would think that if that baby didn't survive, you could see that baby over there, and because unless they died, like later on before now, right?
I can see them regardless. I mean, I can
You
see them
can.
alive or dead. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, energy is energy, right? It's either
Yes, it is. It is.
energy or crossed over energy. Oh boy. Was it a boy? Did she say it was a boy?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think so. Or well, he said that his name is James. However, I get the feeling the baby may have lived. Would you be able to see if my brother? Oh no, yeah, it might be a girl.
Boy. It might be a girl.
Well, it doesn't say. She said he's got brothers on the other side. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like it's a boy. I don't know why.
Okay.
And it was funny because I said, "Oh boy," and then that came out of my mouth without editing, so I knew that that was spirit sort of slipping that through.
Sure.
I think the boy is on the other side. I think the baby is on the other side. There could have been something that happened at birth, but the baby is on the other side.
Okay.
And everything is okay. I just keep hearing everything is as it should be. Everything is okay.
I get a card specialization, and my feeling from looking at this card is that there wasn't specialized medicine at that time that could have helped that baby survive. Like now, if you're a pound or two or even less, sometimes they put you in a neonatal and they let you go on and on. But if this miscarriage happened and the baby was that small, and I don't know the time frame, but I'm guessing at that time they didn't have the specialization that they have today, and especially maybe in Mexico, because a lot of our hospitals here in the United States have probably more than some of the other countries do. Yeah. Wow. I'm going to put this up for a minute, and maybe we can shout out a prayer for your father-in-law.
Sure, dear. Absolutely. We'll send a prayer. Let's just all send a prayer to.
Absolutely. A bacterial infection due to chemo. Oh, absolutely. And to your husband as well.
And I'm seeing angels.
Yeah, he's not alone there. He's got a lot of things around him. He's already dealing with chemo. I'm sorry, he's dealing with this as well. Send lots of love to him.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oops, I did it twice. Sorry. Ron, I was thinking something funny. Holiday when you need to fix your toilet. Oh. So Thanksgiving is the holiday where you need to fix your toilet? Okay, Ron.
Okay, Shannon. Good to see you, dear. Let's see. What does Spirit suggest for self-recovery from stress and all that has been going on? I'm getting, Shannon, that you feel like there's no getting away from the stress. Like, like I really feel like a new location or a vacation but it's like some of the stress is about where you live. Some of the stress is because you're feeling somewhat contained in this kind of foreign. It feels, it just, that's part of the problem. So I don't know if you can travel someplace, if you can manage to get a vacation. What else are you getting, Aley?
Well, I'm getting, and this wasn't known until this morning, as far as maybe everybody, about that 10-10 thing. That these are ascension, these are ascension symptoms that will eventually dissipate, but we have to go through this, like through the eye of the needle. Meditation definitely, walking in nature, and taking a nice hot bath with lots of salts and flowers, and maybe a glass of wine if you're a drinker or not, whatever it is you like. Pampering yourself, that was the word. Take some time to pamper yourself. And I think that's a message for everybody.
Actually. That's a message for all of us.
It is.
Sharon, one more quick thing. It's about action for you. It's about energy. You've got this. You've got to move. You've got energy. You've got to do something. So why not challenge yourself? Why not do something like go rappelling, zip lining, Do something. It's
Mm.
about energy for you. It's like you've got ants in your pants. you,
We've
you
been
need to
inside too
do
long. Yeah.
something. You know, I
Yeah.
need to. That's why I was getting travel. Like you need to go somewhere. If you can't go somewhere, do something radical. Rent a
Mm-hmm.
go-kart. Do a zip
Mm-hmm.
lining. Do rappelling, rock climbing. Do something exhilarating that will snap you out of this kind of dull repetition.
Excellent. Yes. I would suggest you have wonderful suggestions here, Andrea. But if you live in the desert, please don't go hug a cactus, okay? Because that could be that could be awful. Yeah. Um, Hello, Miss Charlotte, and also Nancy Blecka. Welcome, Miss Charlotte. I know that it's a hard decision to make for someone else. The only reason I'm bringing this up and in front of the other questions is because I had to kind of choose for my dad what he needed to do at the time, and he never wanted anybody to choose for him. He was an autonomous person. Um, I can't tell you if it would be a good idea or a bad idea, but mostly because I don't know her health situation. But don't you think, Susan, that maybe her doctor could give some insight for her mother?
I feel like it's going to be mandated. I feel like
Oh, well, it could be.
I mean, there's energy around that word. So I feel like the nursing home may get to a point where they say, well,
Could
we're
be.
asking your opinion now, but
Yep.
2 months
Yep.
from now, we're not asking anymore. Everybody has to get it.
Well, and yeah, it started a lot in nursing homes, so that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you to choose for her, but I will say that
Yeah.
you become the parent.
We do.
Eventually you
We
become
do.
the parent. And then
Yeah.
you just have to make those decisions. I had to make decisions for my dad too. You
Yeah.
have to just make the best decisions that you can make.
That's
And,
right.
that's up to you. But I do feel like there's pressure coming that might let
Yeah.
you off the hook.
Okay. Well, that's always nice if you can do that.
If you don't
Have
have
that
to make
pressure.
decisions.
Yeah. Because it's no fun. Although they usually really understand. Okay, Deborah Clark. I have an opportunity to take Muniza's expensive training. Should I take it or pass? Would it expose me to a community of potential clients?
Do you guys know who Maniza is?
Don't know.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I don't
Are
know.
you here, Deborah Clark? Can you give us an idea who she is, what kind of training she does? The only Maniza I know makes journals. I don't think it's that person.
Well, we can just focus on Maniza and we can just focus
Okay.
on whether that's a yes or a no.
Okay. Wow.
What you got?
I got the perspective card. So yeah, it's when you're making a decision or you're trying to birth something, you have to look at it from an outside perspective, like this little angel is doing with the world. Although her stomach looks almost pregnant, so it's pregnant with possibility. But from this perspective, it may not be the possibility that you are looking for. I don't know. I think a lot of expensive training is also something that people need to take responsibility for themselves. So in other words, if Susan was going to train me and it didn't work, it wouldn't have been Susan's fault. Susan would have done the best she could. And but if I didn't follow any of the things she told me to do, then, that would be a waste for me, but it was my own fault. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, okay.
It makes sense. It turns out Maniza's a healer.
Oh,
I feel like I do sense the positive energy around this person, but I think what I agree with what Aley's saying is that it's I think spirit is saying, do you really need to do this? I mean, are you just trying to prove yourself worthy of being a healer? Do you need this stamp of approval? If you do, don't do it for that reason. If you want to do it because you're learning from this amazing healer and you're going to learn and be enriched, then yes, do it. Does that make sense, you guys? I mean, it's not a bit. This is not a business decision. It's not going to pay for itself.
right.
But
Right.
it may enrich you in a way that you
Mhm.
find very, very good,
Right.
but you don't need it. I hope that makes sense.
No, I sense that as well, Susan. She already knows what she needs to do. Um, but sometimes I don't care how long you've been doing whatever it is you're doing. You have a feeling that you're not adequate enough or something. So perhaps that. I wish you lots of luck.
I wish you lots of luck. Go within, dear. But
Yeah.
honestly, the bottom line is this: do it if you want to enrich your soul, but know that it's not going to give you that rubber stamp of I'm a professional, I studied Womaniza, I'm going to now be able to launch this big, big career, because it may not happen like that.
Uh-huh. Oh, Anne Belanger says, I don't know the damn thing. Number 6 from your video. Can you help me find it? I started. That was a great video, Susan. It was so
Look,
serious, and it was serious. It was
look,
serious.
I'm telling you guys, here's the magic bullet. I'm not kidding you. Start with anything. Start with anything you want to start with. It doesn't have to be the damn thing.
Yep. Yep.
Start with
Start with
that.
this. Start with this. That's what you recommend all the time, Susan. It's a
It
great one.
is. It is.
Yeah.
And then let me do this since there's an echo. All of a sudden, I don't know why there's an echo all of a sudden.
Hmm.
Let's see if it stops. Um, once you once you once you start working on the damn thing, whatever it is, the real damn thing will appear.
Ah, okay.
You don't have to
That's
have the
happened to me. That's happened to me. Yep.
It happened to me too. So there's your answer.
Happy birthday, Carrie World Traveler. Yay. Lovely
Happy
Libra. Happy birthday. She wonders if her spirit guides have a message for her year ahead on love.
They're saying it's complicated and messy, and you don't like those two things. I mean, I don't think you like mess. I don't think you like to get your hands dirty.
Yep.
I don't think you like making a mess, and you don't want a mess in your life. So,
That's a Libra trait, actually.
is it?
It
And
is. Yeah.
love is messy. It's not neat. It's not contained. It's unpredictable. It's all those things. But I do see a man. If you are looking for a man, there is a man who has, and this, oh boy, I feel like we should be drinking coffee or wine or beer or margaritas. I'm not sure which. It could be from the past. He's got dark hair. His hair is quite nice, actually. It's short, but it's very lustrous, they're saying. I feel like he has a little bit of dark stubble. He's handsome. He's complicated and messy, girlfriend. He's complicated and messy.
Yeah. The only thing I hear is listen, Carrie.
There.
Just make sure you listen, because we sometimes, and look how big the ear is. So listen to this. Try to use discernment with this person. They may tell you exactly what it is, but you're not listening. Or yeah, it does sound feel a bit complicated.
Hey, what is it that Maya Angelou says? Isn't it Maya Angelou that says when they show you who they are, listen,
Believe them. Yep.
Believe them.
Yep.
So yes,
absolutely. Yep. But on another hand, maybe in other areas things will be smoking. So have a good year ahead, Carrie. Thank you.
Wish you all the best.
Absolutely. All right. This is from Sanda Sovi. I believe that's how you pronounce it. My sister S continues to be seriously ill. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put it up. Despite my guide saying she'll be okay, it's been months. She says she does trust her guide, who's been accurate and helpful, but doubts prevail.
Right. That happens to all of us. We all doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt. That's why, as a psychic, I'll turn to tarot cards or oracle cards, because our ego gets,
right.
It's insidious, right? Our ego is constantly telling us why we can't do something or why something isn't going to work or why we should be worried. Let's tap into your sister. She is very ill. Ugh. I feel like she's worse now than she was. Like she's at a low point. I see her getting better. I do see her getting better. Do you see it, Aley, or no?
Mm-hmm. I do. I feel like it's a bit of a road, and it has been. I know it's awful to wait and wait. Sometimes that's what you just have to do.
It's a long road.
It is a long
road. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. But I do see her. It's almost like a V. She's kind of at the bottom, and now she's going to go up.
Right. Texas Mike says maybe she's healing, just not physically. There's a very good possibility, Texas Mike. You're right.
Man, Texas Mike, you've been on lately. You've been on.
Wow. Fire. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I get the card New Beginnings, but it's what it says in the thing that really, the time is now to follow the journey without fear. The road is filled with excitement and joy. There's nothing to be afraid of. You are protected and led by your spirit guide. And she just said she trusts her spirit guide.
Yeah. That's it. It's just going to take a long time. She was really sick. And I mean, she's at the bottom, so now she's going to go up. But
there are low days, I'm sure, and days that
that's true too.
Are difficult to get through. I have a dear friend who has long-term COVID, and she's trying to live her life. She's a single woman who is a 7th grade teacher, and it kicks her butt all the time. She can't do anything. She can't go anywhere. She has to call out sick a lot. So I just want to mention something, ladies, in general. They're seeing more women dying of heart disease now because we undergo so much stress. And it's actually been more seen since COVID. And I don't even mean that you had to have COVID, but it's being, people are coming into hospitals and they're saying, oh, you're fine, go home. And then they go home, but they aren't fine. So, protect yourselves and make sure that you get your doctor's visits in and your tests, especially. Oops. Beverly S. Oh, I'm sorry. What's that, Susan?
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, pay attention to the symptoms.
Absolutely.
Women don't take our health seriously, right? So.
Right. No, we don't, because we're busy, or somebody else is sick, or our dog is sick, or whatever. Yeah. All right. Beverly says there's a message for me from Spirit. I need to know that I should be working on in doing my shadow work.
Well, they just said go within. I know that sounds like a very pat answer. But you can't, the whole, and Aley did a whole series on shadow work. Have you guys, have you watched Aley's series on shadow work? Series of videos. What do you think, Aley?
I think that shadow work is very difficult to do at times because we don't want to look at the negative things. But remember, I did mention in that series that sometimes shadow work is a positive thing you're hiding, and even all these introverts that are coming on channels. Now that you're on and now that you do what you do, I think you really enjoy it. Right. So that's a positive thing, but that was part of your shadow. You didn't really want to go there, but you did. So I recommend journaling. I also recommend, there's a book by the gal that, what's her name? She's Debbie Ford. Yeah. Check out the books by Debbie Ford if you can. They're very helpful to get you started and give you some tips on which way to look. But yeah, I hope you can work that out, Beverly. Thank you.
You can. I see you doing it, Beverly. It's sort of like an aha moment, but they do want to say you're sort of focusing on it too much.
Okay.
Like, your focus and look away, and then it can kind of come because you're looking at it, but it's blocked. You don't want to see it. So look away, and then it'll slowly make itself aware.
Yeah. Sometimes we try too hard. and we end up blocking it, what we wanted to release. Yeah.
Lee, that's the truth.
All right, we got Kathy D. When does the soul enter? Now we're asking when the soul enters the body. Ooh-wee. There's a lot of arguments on that one, but we'll.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what Spirit is telling me. And like Aley said, there's a lot of arguments on this, okay? So
Yep.
don't hate me because this is just what they're telling me. I mean, unequivocally, they're telling me the soul enters at the first breath, at, the first,
Right.
where as the baby exits, and takes its first breath, that's when the soul. Now, the soul, Chris, I mean, I agree with you. The soul visits the baby. It's just like the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have literally seen two different souls battling to go into the baby. I've seen a male and a female, a male and a female,
Really?
male and a female. And then what in my experience, my limited experience, my one person experience, when I see that, it's sometimes a miscarriage.
Oh.
So I think the soul visits the baby, right? But I don't think the soul takes complete ownership until the first breath. That's
First
what
breath.
it's telling me.
Yeah. Yeah. And the last breath is when it leaves, I would say. Well, unless it leaves right before it. I agree with you. This heartbeat thing, I know that the baby is alive when you hear a heartbeat, but it doesn't have the soul yet. That's kind of what but then again, I'm thinking about some of these babies that are test tube babies and then go in, and they remember that. I don't know, you're younger than me, but when it first happened in the 70s, a lot of people thought that baby had no soul because that baby was not done the
Oh,
right
Lord,
way. Yeah. So there's been a lot about that in the past as well. So Harry's mom, my granddaughter hung out with me until she was born. Psychics saw her. That's awesome. So you have a strong connection. Absolutely. There's something there with that, I think. Yeah. Look at how you breathe out, Susan Lynn, when your guides leave your body. Okay.
I mean, I see babies. I mean, in vitro, right? I mean, I can see
Uh-huh.
them. I can tell you what color their hair is. I can tell you what their personality is going to be like. I can tell you what they look like when they're two. But
Wow.
but not always. But I've been able to do
Yeah.
that, right? But that soul has chosen to incarnate in that body. But even then, on occasion, that soul, for whatever reason, doesn't come through in that baby.
Right.
So that there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions I have. Why does that happen? We don't have all the answers. We are not God.
It is interesting that my parents were going to name me Joanne. That was what they decided. And right before I was born, they changed my name to Alice Lee. And I wondered about the subtleness of that, whether or not maybe there was a different daughter that was coming to them.
Could be.
Yeah. Yeah. I never thought about that before. That's cool.
Read Michael Newton, PhD, Journey of Souls.
Yep.
It should be
Yep.
required reading. It should be
Yeah.
required reading, along with Debbie Ford's books and the Soul
Uh-huh.
Contract book. Because
Right.
what he does is he talks to souls when they're up there, but before they've come down in the body. And
Right.
he's done so many hundreds of these people.
Mhm.
And it's just enlightening. You'll
Oh,
understand
yeah.
the whole process a lot better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, we're getting close to our cutoff here. Let me look. Here's Christine's question. I'm sorry, Charlene Dean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So I'm trying to connect to Shane here. And again, I'm so sorry for your loss. It's really, really hard to lose a child.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in chat, Charlene, but I'm the gentleman, the young man that I'm talking to. I don't feel like he's a chatterbox. I feel like he could be quiet. He could be a man of not a lot of words. I think when he was a little boy, he could be silly and be fun, but as he grew older, he just became more serious and a little more quiet. And I also think that he was silly and fun only for family, so he's probably a bit of an introvert.
Mm.
If this is your son that I'm connecting to, um, he loves you. He misses you, although he's not. I don't think he's big on emotions, but he says everything's okay. He's with his grandmother. I feel like there's a grandmother, and I feel like he's bigger than her. I feel like he's bigger and bigger than her, but he's with her. There's also another grandmother that he's with, and he says, "You know the one, the other one." um, I think the other one was a bit of a pistol, maybe, or had opinions, or not mean, but just maybe I don't know. He says he misses you, he loves you. I just heard the word cat, something about the cat. I don't know if you guys
Mm.
had a cat. I don't know that he likes the cat, but I think there's a cat there. I think he
Mm.
said something about the damn cat, but I don't know if that's a cat that's living and he wants to talk to you about something the cat's done, or if that's a cat with him, or both. He's also up there with a male. Um, he's big. I don't know if it's his physical presence is big or his energy is big. He feels big to me.
Mm.
Um, but anyway, that's what I'm getting. What are you getting, Aley?
Well, interestingly enough, as you were talking, this came up and you had mentioned it, and it's shift. He was one way and he shifted and he became a different person, just like you said. And maybe the shift didn't work out as well for him as he thought it would. And so I'm not sure. Some people will say that we choose the times we want to leave. I don't know if he did that or not, but I do sense a real big shift. Or it could be that he shifted over, now that he's on the other side, he's also still shifting and feeling he has found maybe a respite from the earthly world. That's kind of how it.
I would agree. I would agree
Yeah.
with that. Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Charlene, for your loss.
It's so difficult.
Yes.
But he does visit you.
Yep. Well, Frosty Bean, I see you just jumped in here, and the notifications. What happened is YouTube's having a big hard time with notifications because there's so many people doing lives. So I'm sorry that happened, but we'll answer your question for you. Your mother, Helen, passed on October 4th, 2017.
Well, first of all, she's fine. She says, don't worry about the fact that you weren't there. She was okay. She was safe. She was fine. She felt fine. She didn't feel scared. I don't know. I feel like that's a question you have. That you just felt like somebody as in you, needed to be there with her, and hold her hand. I know you have. I feel a lot of emotion about that with you. But she's okay. She's perfectly fine. She made it was fine. It was like she had some trepidation and fear about it, but when it came time for it to happen, it was actually really peaceful and beautiful. Um, Somebody came to get her. A man showed up to get her. Plus, there were a lot of angelic. It was very gentle. She said it was actually very pleasant. And I don't know what is the deal with. Okay, I don't know. She's showing me a truck stop, like a Flying J or a Pilot, or it just looks like a great big huge gas station. and I feel like maybe there were road trips, or
Mm,
oh, maybe
mm,
that's her way metaphor of saying she went on a road trip. I
a
don't know.
road trip.
But
Yeah.
when you see it from her perspective, it's like those parking lots are huge if you guys have ever been in one. And you can park way over there, and that's where I'm at. And I see the gas pumps are far away. Like I pulled over way over here, right?
Wow.
I feel like maybe you guys did road trips, or maybe she did a road tripper. I don't know what's going on there, but she's it could be the metaphor, but
Yeah.
she's fine. Um, she's talking about a little child. I don't know if this is a child, a younger. I'm going to call it a child who's there with her in heaven,
Oh,
or if there's a
here we
child
go.
talking about. Oh, okay, road trips in her RV. I mean, that's the kind of thing as
Yeah.
a medium you don't want to say. Like, why am I
Yeah.
seeing a truck stop? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you want to sound like an idiot. You don't. It's hard to overcome that as a medium. But yes, that's what she kept showing me.
Yep.
Um, I
I
don't
love
know
it.
who the child is. If there's a child on the other side, or if the child is here. But I feel like the child has blonde hair. I feel like the child has
Oh,
blonde hair. I feel like it's a girl. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's you as a child. I don't know, right?
maybe. That's what I thought when you said it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it could be. It could be. But anyway, she sends her love to you. She says, "Keep on living. Keep
Yep.
on." Oh, okay. When she said "keep on living," what she really meant was living, not like living, breathing, like squeezing the juice out.
Enjoying life.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
enjoying life. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's with
Wow.
you. She wants to do those things with you. What do you
Well,
get
I think that she felt horrible that she died on your birthday, because that's just like the worst thing that could have. She the reaction. But look at the beautiful lotus around. I think this is representative of you, or it could be her looking down on you. I don't know, but she is. I got that. One of the first things I got was, "I'm so sorry that I died on your birthday, um, but please celebrate your life um, on that day, because I was so happy to have you." Wow. Um, we got about 6 more questions, but I'm going to do one more because it's already almost 11:15, and I know you have.
If you
Huh?
want to do 2 or 3 more, we can do 2 or 3 more.
You want to finish them? All right.
Yeah, let's just we'll
All right.
through.
We'll see what it looks like. Okay. So, Ron, unconditional love to Ro, who doesn't usually ask a question.
Oh,
So,
Frosty Bean, God bless you. Okay, it could be, but she's fine. Okay, that's
I saw that answer. Yeah. Yep.
baby is fine, perfectly
Yep.
fine. I'm sorry. Okay, let me redirect. Ron, yes.
Sure.
Hi, Ron.
Any messages for him for October?
Ron, what I'm getting, dear, is that they're showing me you being very busy. Like
Yeah.
you like to be busy. I mean, that's just your set point. You are always busy doing something. I'm over here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. They want you to slow down because you're so busy, you're not getting their guidance. So they want you to, and I think that you also do, I mean, I know you talked about the toilet, but I think you also do kind of, would it be opposed to like doing some remodeling, like painting or something? So I do think that sometimes you get hits and guidance when you're doing repetitive things, like if you're working on something, but they really want you to do more for yourself. They show me you outside walking before the weather gets terrible, and you complain about the weather getting terrible and not being able to be outside.
Yeah, it gets cold there.
They want you to go outside and take some time for you, because when you do that, you're going to get the messages, you're going to get the guidance. Things that haven't made sense to you are going to make sense to you, but that can't happen until you slow down a little bit.
There you go. And Ron, I got spending some time teaching, even if it's not like I said to you earlier, do a troll video and how to get rid of trolls. You know, you are the expert on this YouTube forum for this. So I think there are other things, and that it goes part and parcel with your spiritual journey, because you always work with all the spiritual channels. So I got clarity again. You need the clarity. There you go. It's saying, listen, you will know what to do. You will know what to do. But first you got to. Oh.
And go back
love you, Ron.
To this video, because she talks about that. It's very important.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Sorry, now I got to get down to the bottom here. Charlene, Frosty Bean. And while you're doing this, I'm going to try to answer Mary Lease, because she just had a sort of a technical question. So, Mary, I know you have cards and you have a pendulum, but you're concerned because you don't want to use them wrong, but you can't. You can't use them wrong. What is it that you're afraid of? Just simply enjoy them and work on maybe one a day. Put yourself with white light around yourself. Say a prayer over your cards and put your hands on them. And I think that will help you. I think that will help you, or go with some oracle cards. That's always my better choice, is an oracle card. So sorry I didn't put this up. This is for Flora. I hope that helped, Mary.
I would encourage you to do that. Everything that Aley said. These cards, whatever oracle cards you want to use, are your guides and spirit guides. Talk to you through those. So it's in journal. It's life changing.
It is. It is.
Greg, where are you, Greg? He's why? Okay. I just saw like a whole bunch of things at once. I saw cooking spaghetti. I saw cooking. I saw my feet. I'm looking at my feet. I don't know why. I feel like maybe I have hiking boots on and then I'm barefoot. I don't know, something about my feet. I feel like Greg was, how do I describe that personality? He's, he could be serious sometimes. You know, he figured things out, or he took things seriously. Like, if I'm going to go do something, I'm going to learn how to add oregano and thyme and all this stuff. You know, I'm not just going to do it halfway. I'm going to learn how to really do it. And I think he had passions that he dived into maybe and learned how to do things. Oh, he was known for spaghetti. I don't know why I saw spaghetti. I'm like, I'm seeing spaghetti. Wow. I'm hungry, Greg, and I don't have any spaghetti. Okay,
I know.
In Greg's honor, he's gonna come in and school me on how to make spaghetti.
I'm gonna
have him come visit me this week. So yes. What is it about his feet though? I'm seeing barefoot, then I'm seeing hiking boots or something. And then he was, like I said, he dived into things. He was really, he wanted to learn. He didn't want to just, do things halfway. So I guess he was passionate about things, right? So yeah, he's good. He loves you. He says you're spaghetti. I don't even know if you try to make it, but somebody does. Somebody is making his spaghetti. One of the family members is making his spaghetti.
All right.
What about, do you have to have garlic bread or something with it? He's like, you have to have some kind of bread.
That's right.
Oh, his feet were swollen. So that's why he takes the shoes off and puts them back on. I'm like, why am I seeing shoes and in no shoes? Shoes and in no shoes.
Wow,
that's
Susan.
He couldn't wear shoes.
Yeah. God. Spot on.
I don't know, but you make a good spaghetti. Okay, well, I'm not kidding. I'm gonna have to come make spaghetti. I'm literally going to the store this afternoon.
Well, interestingly enough, I'm making it's like American with macaroni and meat sauce, and so it's like that. Yeah. American
Yes.
chop suey. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah. So Flora said her daughter. I knew somebody in the family is making it. Like I'm not going to be daunted. I'm gonna do it.
Absolutely.
And she does it because she feels close to him. I'm getting chills. Oh my God. I mean, getting really big goosebumps. He loves that. He loves when she makes spaghetti. Am I right about the bread? He does, like, you can't not have bread. There's something about bread. Or maybe that's what she does and he didn't do. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's possible. Yeah.
So anyway, you can tell that he's still with you. He loves you. He loves his family. He misses you guys. He's with you guys all the time. He knows what's going on. Everything is going to be fine. Have faith that everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to work out.
So I get transformation, and my feeling is that once he went to the other side, obviously he doesn't have those swollen feet anymore.
Oh no.
But he's been there a long time, and he's gone through several transformations. At the same time, he's always there watching you, watching your family. So that's beautiful. All right. Here we go with Irene Vera. Oops, so sorry. Come on. Ex-husband's auto accident claims he had 2 different accidents, both caused by the other driver, running a red light. Ugh.
My God. Caused by the other driver running a red light. That's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah. What's that message?
Yeah, for real.
Oh.
I'd be with you, Irene. I'd be like, that's got to be some kind of message. You're welcome, Flora. Irene, your husband's trying to stop him from doing something. What is it? Both caused by the other driver running red lights.
Wow.
I hate to make this, sometimes these messages sound so pat to me. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah.
But I'm getting the message that he needs to stop and look. What in his life does he need to stop and look at? How is his health? How is his blood pressure? How is his cholesterol? I feel like there's something he needs to stop and look. Now, I know he had a green light and he was supposed to go. I know that. But even though you have a green light, I do this because where I live, there's a lot of tourists or different people that are from out of town, and they're not watching, so I have to watch, right? So I just feel like, how is his health? Are you here? I feel like if I was him, I would be looking at something. Look at his health. Look at something he doesn't want to look at. He feels like he has a green light, but he doesn't. He needs to look. Yeah, and anger attracts accidents, Harry's mom said. Yes.
And look, I got magnetism. He was a magnet for those cars. That's exactly what Harry's mom said, that anger. So he has some anger issues that he needs. She wants to know how the trials will go, I think, too. And I would suggest Chris Martin has a pretty good one. Will be okay. The other one might be a fight. Yeah.
And
I worry that he'll lose his insurance, even though it's not his fault. It depends on where he lives. But yeah,
it'll go up. You guys mentioned magnetism and anger, and I mentioned high blood pressure. So those all go together too, right?
They do.
How will the two trial? I kind of agree with Chris. I think one. I agree with Chris. I think one is going to be a fight.
Yeah. Yep. That's just so awful. It's interesting. My husband had a patient who was involved in a car accident, and he spent whatever amount of time getting well, and he discharged the patient, and the patient got in a car accident on the way home.
Oh my!
So he's back. God. I know. So you can't make that up. Who would have expected it? And both of them weren't his fault. So, there might be unresolved anger.
Right.
That's what, yeah,
Even though it's not your fault, you're still
right.
involved in it. So you've got to find some message in there, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I wish him well. I really do.
I wish
I'm
all of
sorry.
you guys
Yeah,
well. Absolutely.
absolutely. Absolutely. Stone Marble, does my friend and co-volunteer Patricia have a message? She passed February. I was blessed to have worked alongside her. Sorry, Stone Marble.
Yes. Our condolences. Patricia have a message. Friend and co-volunteer Patricia have a message. I'm just hearing she's at peace and she's fine. Everything is good, and I don't know why she said keep up the good fight. I don't know if you guys considered volunteering, if you
Oh.
volunteer for like a cause, you know what I mean. But
Hmm.
she says that the volunteering you guys did wasn't easy. It wasn't easy work, or it didn't, or it's as if if with that's have that saying of emptying the ocean out with a teaspoon, right?
Yeah.
Like you're volunteering, you're doing all this work, but sometimes it feels like it doesn't have enough impact. But she's
Right.
saying it does. You can't see it. She says as the volunteer, you're in like a tunnel vision. You can't see it the way I see it. It has such a, it's the ripple on the pond. It's one ripple, but then it goes all the way
Hmm.
out, and you don't often see that. So she says, keep it up. You're doing the right thing. She's also saying travel. You're planning travel. I feel like you're also planning international travel that requires airfare. She says, go for it. I'm also hearing Italy or
Ooh.
I don't know, something in Europe. But she
Uh-huh.
just told me Italy with the boots. So yeah, she knows what's going on with you, and she says go
Hmm.
for it.
Chris Martin says she wants her to go for a new position. So maybe that's part of the international travel. You never know. Wonderful. I get here contentment. She wants you to know that she's content where she is
Yes,
now. She
yes.
wants you not to exert yourself too much. No extra effort is needed. Be content. Let things happen naturally. And soft is strong. Great is low. Think about that. So, okay. We got only two more. All right. Trying to get it. Trying to get it. Sorry, everybody that is in the chat that's wondering if why I've passed you by. You need to put it on my community board. I take the questions from there, and then we ask Susan and myself. And if
And
you
where
go to
can they find the community board?
community board, go to Heart and Soul Connected, my community page, and I'm sorry, my main page. Go down to the community. It says community, and look for. Right now, we're taking questions for the 17th. The other thing is, please go to Susan Lynn's channel
Thank
and
you
subscribe if you haven't. She is fabulous, as you can see, and she
so
does
much, Aley.
personal readings and so on. So
I
please.
appreciate that. All right. Um. Okay. Is that I am? Is that I am
I
Isis?
am. Yeah.
Okay. Um. I mean, yes, I am. You will, dear, but you also have to be super positive. I think it's hard sometimes for you to be super positive all the time because I think you're a realist, you're a pragmatist, you value your skills at seeing reality. You think people that don't live in reality are in la la land. But to attract, remember this is magnets. Your thoughts are magnets. So imagine for anybody that wants to know how to manifest anything, emotion is how you manifest it. So, oh my gosh, I feel so good. I looked at my eBay page and I've got all these sales and I don't know what I'm going to do with all this money. And it's just in time because I'm going to go do this and I'm so excited, right? You have to
Mm-hmm.
get in the emotion, even though those sales aren't there yet. You have to get in
Yeah.
the emotion because your emotion, your thoughts is what attracts it to you. So I think that's
Awesome.
what I would tell you that can really help you. I am, if nothing else, try to not think the lack, thoughts like, oh, I wish I had more, or I wish I had more sales, or
Right, right.
let it come to you. Let it just be open. Do some meditations where your arms are open and the it's just coming into you. Do some meditations like that.
I get formation. I'm guessing that you're just, you're forming this beautiful business. Look at how it looks like this woman is in ecstasy. So I think, yes, keep thinking about your business as having already succeeded. And that's what law of attraction asks us to do. That's great. Dozen Cats, what a nice thing to say.
Thank
She's
you.
gone to your channel, and
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
yeah,
Thank you
yes,
so
that
much.
means a lot. That means a lot.
Yeah, with Adrian and Danny Shay. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that tremendously.
Yeah. Okay, it doesn't show up who it is. I'm sorry. 8. Wait a minute. I gotta get the person. I think it's Kathy D. It's Kathy D.
Okay, Kathy D. Will
Yep.
your daughter ever have baby number 3? I think so. And I think baby 3 is going to be quite the challenge.
Little pistol, huh? Little pistol.
That's what I'm seeing.
Uh-huh.
Why does it feel unplanned? Like maybe she decides, okay, I'm not going to try anymore. I give up. I'm good where I'm at. I'm going to just focus on my kids. And then there it is.
There it is.
Like a surprise.
My niece was an IUD baby, so.
Oh, yeah, they trust me.
Yeah, when they want to come through, they get through those obstacles.
You're supposed to have it. It's coming.
Oh, Chris, you're funny. Who wants baby 3? I would agree with you in my mind. I don't even I had 2 kids and that was enough. So I say center yourself, be ready. This baby is there already, just wanting to make an entrance, but is very stubborn and wants to do it in their own time.
And there is the portent for what this little baby's going to be like.
That's right. That's right. That was my daughter. She was due like this 1st of December, and by the 16th, I had to induce labor for her because she liked it where she was, I guess, and didn't care to come out.
You're
so.
happy.
Thank you to everybody for a wonderful day again today. Susan, always a pleasure to be with you and all the wonderful people in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you again.
The highlight of my week. Thank you guys
Me
so
too.
much.
It makes my Sunday.
That came through too.
Yeah. And remember, all of these ascension symptoms, they will eventually pass. But remember, we're all going through them. And we'll get there. We'll all get there.
Be patient with yourself, love yourself, and do a lot of self-care.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely right. I'm going to reset in order to leave. I'm sorry. Whoops. Reset. Come on. All right. So we're gonna say out. Thank you again. Next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Much love.